Welcome back to a part two segment here for Radio Free Radford, and we're just recently getting off with the tennis team here, and of course we're going to kind of do a throwback Thursday, but today's Monday anyway. But so we are coming to you back here on a part two, getting things going on. Those who listen to the radio feed, I'm trying to get my end going. I wasn't recording, so we can get this up posted later today. Anyway, so as I was saying earlier, tennis team's doing great, so we wish them the best as they're making the Big South on Wednesday. So, with a little bit of weather trivia here about a year ago today. If you remember, we had the big Martinsville race, same weekend. We had it this past weekend. Of course, Brad Keselowski is the winner of the NASCAR race, and I don't know his number because I do not keep up with racing. That's a sport I'm not a huge fan of. But anyway, about a year ago, we did see snow looking around the area that we picked up about almost 1.5 feet or more snow. And so that pretty much did cause some power outages, some school delays and closings. But I know further south in Martinsville, when they had to cancel the race, about 2 to 5 inches of snow canceled it. And what was very interesting about that, NASCAR, I think, actually wrote an excuse letter for people that bought tickets a year ahead of time and excused them from work, which was really weird. So anyway, how about that? That was kind of unique. NASCAR did that. The race was held on the following Monday. After that, schools were on a closed and delayed because of heavy snow and power outages. Of course, this area did pick up between 12 and 18 inches of snow, so it was a couple of days before they did get back into school. And it was the biggest snow in the not one of the biggest. It was one of the biggest, but not the top biggest snow. Of course, you got to go back to '93 for the blizzard of '93 that massively just caused so much devastation to this area. But it was a big March snow into the year, almost spring snow, I guess I should say. And they picked up a good amount of snow. Parts of the Highlands, West Virginia picked up about 1.5 feet or more at least. And further south, you kind of went south and east between about 2 and 8 inches overall. It was the average for those counties and cities: Martinsville, Lynchburg, Roanoke, South Boston, Danville, Henry County, Stewart, Floyd, and parts of Amherst County near Rustburg, Lynchburg area, north of Roanoke, and Lexington areas there too. There you go. Alrighty, so today's word of the day is coming from, again, Merriam-Webster's dictionary is bower. It is an attractive dwelling or retreat. And, of course, it is a lady's private apartment in a medieval hall or castle. So there you go. And it's also a shelter, as in a garden, made with a tree bough or vines twined together. Also, arbor. There you go. That also celebrates National Arbor Day, which is later this coming spring, I believe it is, because that's the day you go out and plant a tree. Alrighty, and your quote of the day is coming from inc.com, inc.com. We'll let that load for you. Of course, around campus, there's many events going on around the area. So if you're trying to make plans, so we'll talk about a couple of events. It is Philanthropy Week. Of course, that's been going on for several weeks almost. And so today is another one. We'll talk about that one. So anyway, today's quote of the day is coming from Bill Walton, quoting, "Success at the highest level comes down to one question. Can you decide that your happiness can come from someone else's success?" Think about that. Or you can give your thought while listening to this afternoon, or whenever you're listening to this live this morning or late evening, whenever it'll be published. So whatever time of day you listen to it, there you go. All right, today's day of the day is, let's see, what is today? It's International Waffle Day. Here at Radford University, you can have waffles breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Of course, they do have those waffle makers in the dining hall, so you can go get you a waffle. Maybe if you want to have breakfast for dinner, get you a couple of them, and they're pretty good. I've had them, and boy, they're real big and thick inside. I tell you, I've never seen any huge waffles. I think maybe Waffle House or IHOP, some of those areas, some of those restaurants, they serve pink waffles, and man, they're pretty huge. So anyway, it's also National Medal of Honor Day, so we want to thank all those fine folks that have been received the Medal of Honor. Obviously, President Obama did one with Ellen DeGeneres a couple of years ago, receiving her award, such as George H.W. Bush, who formerly passed away back in December. We've had Maya Angelou has one of those. The leader, president, I can't think of his name, who passed away back in 2013. He was the leader for Africa. He was in jail for a while and he got out. I can't think if it was who he is. He recently had one other famous leader out there, many of them. So there you go. Alrighty. We want to let you know this past weekend was Highlander Day weekend. Of course, I was very busy running around working on a package for Radford on camera. That'll be coming in about 2 weeks or so. It's put some time management in that project. Running around meeting lots of new freshmen who are excited to come here next year. Of course, hung around with the Radford admission folks, and of course, they're very pleased to see me seeing it from a student's perspective compared as whereas a Radford admissions perspective. So I thought that was kind of cool. So we'll be having that report coming to you in about 2 weeks or so before the 12th, because that weekend they'll be having another Highlander weekend. And the 27th of April we'll have the last one here at Radford University. Unfortunately, those weekends I will not be able to cover that. I will be out of town on those assignments. So anyway, we'll let you know it is Philanthropy Week, and here's what you can be doing around the fraternities. Of course, they'll be doing these coin war competitions. This is by the let's see here. I don't know the exact name for this, but I know that's Kappa Zeta. We had the gentleman on a couple of weeks back, Ray Martini, who was part of this. Of course, today, if you find them, it's Skulls Day, so if you find the brothers around campus wearing the letters and take a picture with them, you can post it and tag them to Radford PKS, Radford_PKS on Instagram to gain 1 point to your organization, and also an entry into a raffle for free philanthropy t-shirt. It's also Balloon Ice Tub Day, just $2 outside the Bonnie. You can, from 11 to 2, for $1 to $2, $1 for 2 balloons, or $2 for 5 balloons, or $5 for someone to jump in the tub of ice. Of course, you're supporting just for the fun of it. And it's going to be kind of chilly tomorrow. That's what I'm going to say. So y'all need to take it cool out there. Wednesday is Pi Kappa, Pi A Cap. Of course, you'll be outside from 11 to 2 on Wednesday. $1 for 2 pies, or $2 for 3 pies. 3 for 5 pies. $2 for 5 pies. And, of course, the Coin Wars outside from 11 to 2 on Friday. And, of course, a hot dog eating contest at 4:30. The address is at the Stump at 301 3rd Avenue. And on Saturday, the winners will be announced. So that's also coming up. Let's see what else is here coming up. The Coin Wars, for a lot of them, Alpha Kappa Alpha, the one I just announced. I don't know the name exactly of it. So you check those from the Bonnie lobby from 12 to 4. Kind of catch them because they're going to be there only for certain times. Not all of them will be there at the same time. They'll be all rotating sessions. So give your donations to them and check them out and root for your favorite fraternity or sorority it may see. Of course, unfortunately, we do want to say there was a big congratulations to the women's basketball team for making it so far to the NCAA tournament. Fun fact, if this was a real bracket, they actually made it to the Elite Eight, which is the 4th step to the competition in the NCAA bracket tournament. So congratulations. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win, but it was a 51-73 was the score. And thank you for your great, awesome support from people supporting them, and just a big congratulations for making that far after 23 years. There you go. Let's see what else is happening here around campus. There's so much going on that you just can't get a break from anything that you're so busy. We would remind you let's see what this is. The official page, this is on Instagram. It's the Thaika, a.k.a. Instagram, and then it's TACHI _AKA, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Check them out. They do have game night tonight at 7 o'clock to 9 in Heath Hall. So check them out if you're interested in doing some game night. Of course, there's Culture Infusion that's coming up. The Culture Infusion Banquet is hosted by the Center for Global Education and Engagement. That will be on April the 6th in Muse Banquet Hall, which is the very bottom floor, the very basement of near the basement of Muse, right across from the Muse Dining Hall. You can check that out. And of course, doors open at 5:30. Dinner is at 6 p.m. And they'll be showcasing off of that. Student prices, obviously, students here at Radford are free. Of course, you must obtain a ticket at the Bonnie, and faculty and staff is $7. The public is $12. Children under 12 are $6, and children under 5 are $1. So be sure to obtain your ticket, Radford students. If you use your ID, it is free. And of course, the ticket info is at radfordactivities.universitytickets.com. That's a lot to put together. And of course, it is sponsored by the International Student Affairs Council and the Center for Global Education and Engagement. So have interest in that. It's 20th Annual International Banquet for them. Of course, speaking of banquets, Higher Student Media will be doing their banquet on April the 26th at 7 p.m. at the Salou Garden area there, and we'll be honoring and recognizing a lot of our student media, including staff members on the team. We will, of course, be missing our student leaders who are graduating, such as Tristan Blake Rhines, Alex Burnley, and Eves White, who is our student media advertisement, or SMADS, and as well as Jessica Jennings, I think that's her name. And so we're going to miss those folks. So we appreciate all the hard work they put in to doing that. And let me see if I don't know if I said that name right or not. It's Jessica Mundy. I'm sorry, Jessica Mundy. Jennings is another last name here at our student meeting. So Jessica Mundy will be actually going to graduate school here at Radford this coming next fall. So there you go. Alright, enough of my time here today. We hope you have a wonderful Monday. Get the umbrella ready. It's going to be chilly, kind of cool out there. The sun's trying to come back out again. I don't think that's going to last much longer, but we'll see what happens with that here on RadioFreeRadford.com. Tune in to more great hits. I'll be back with you tomorrow with the Student Veterans Resource Center. They're going to be talking about promoting their muck run, which is like a 5K or so, and we'll see what that's all about, how you can get involved here on RadioFreeRadford.com and much more on Radford University. Dustin Staples, have a wonderful day.